What up, guys? Alchemist 100 there, and just a quick one for you. Where I'm at with 2K WWE 2K17 right now in universe mode. I don't know where I'm at right now. I truly don't. I haven't lost any data. I've been lucky enough to not to lose anything like that. Um, even with me streaming and personal life issues and such, I haven't wouldn't say that those are the problems with me slowing down this year with 2K. But easily, this has been the hardest year so far for me to really play in, and it's not because I'm like bored of the game. I haven't lost my edge or something. It's just I don't know what to do with this game. There's so many issues with it sometimes, and when it works, the game works well. It blows my mind sometimes how well a match can work. I'll go to one-on-one and can go back and forth for so long, and it can feel so damn good. But then there's times where it just doesn't work, and when it doesn't work, it hurts so much. I mean, they had added so much this year. The auto manual targeting, oh, that feels so fucking good when you can see your opponent. When someone, let's say a triple threat match, someone rolls out the ring, you stop focusing on them and you focus on the person in the ring automatically. Or if you choose to, you can just say, fuck it, I'm gonna click R3 and just focus on who I want to focus on. That just feels so good. That's a good feeling. That's the feeling you want. Those are little things like that that really get you. Other things like their whole rollout feature. Yeah, it feels a little unfair, but when you get your timing right and you realize who's getting pinned and who's not getting pinned, and you realize who to attack first and who to attack, all that feels so damn good. And it simply makes you get better at the game. If you don't want to roll out, then you better reverse. You better find a way to knock down another opponent of yours, whatever the case may be. That stuff works. It works well in Fatal 4-Way matches as well. TLC matches feel a little more fluid this year. Besides being able to knock them down in a few here and there in glitches, it's not a bad match. Other things like the other gimmicky matches that we've had for years, they stayed the same, and those feel like they're never gonna get a revamp. Hell in a Cell matches just feel stale as hell. They feel stiff. You can't move in a Hell in a Cell. There's this feel of open space once you get outside, but then it does the same kind of animations. You can add all the new animations you want, but in the end of the day, the base game is the base game. And as much as you want to say, as good as I am at this game, it's hard to play around that, Other things like, creation features and such. I mean, I can go through them right now. Creation features, oh man, the creative moveset is been amazing. Creating entrances, it feels good. I created a championship last night and it felt great. But it can always add more, and that's fine. That's not a big deal for me. You can always, improve on that. Those are small things. Creating a show, creating an arena, could have a few more things here and there, but in the end, it's always gonna be that base, and that's the base I can work with. Things like creating a video, creating a victory. Those are the new things I like to see. Bring those back. Highlight reel. Have all that, but have it where you can, pan out to just more than a couple superstars. Be able to pan out to the crowd while the reactions are happening. Be able to take a screenshot while you're doing that. All those things would make stuff so good. Remove the layer telling you how to, the instructions on how to use it. Most people know how to use it anyway. It's always been the same. It never changes. That's the kind of stuff you want, right? Creating a wrestler has felt really good, but it still feels like there's still things missing. But with it all being said and done, there's so many created parts. You can create infinitely many people. If you have the skills to do it, you can more than likely pull it off. It's just so much. You can go into created superstars. There's the layer system. Bring that back from 2K, 2K14. You had back in the day, you could have layers and you could switch the clothing layers over other clothing layers. Not every single piece of clothing, but some of them will work, and they will work really well. I miss those things. I'm not saying that this is gonna happen and all this stuff's gonna be fixed by next year. That you're asking way too much, but it works, right? For the base game of the base game, it works. There's not a lot of problems with it, but when you start trying to do things and you start trying to make something into your own, it's hard to keep that going. It's hard for the game to keep up with what you're trying to do. There's so many weird glitches in the ring. I mean, you guys can watch any of my streams and see exactly what I'm talking about. This last patch has truly messed up a lot of things for whether it's targeting. People are not teleporting, but people are kind of grabbing a little bit faster than they usually do. It's this kind of, you can't keep up with the AI. The AI kind of does what it wants. The AI stands there while they're winning. You know what I mean? They'll look at you while they're about to win a match, and then they'll just stand over you. They won't try and do a finisher. They will just stand over you. There's other things like that. Them staying on the top rope. They're not looking at the other AI. They're not paying attention too much. Just all these things when they're trying to get into the ring. You know what I mean? Let's say for a triple threat match, they're trying to get into the ring. They can't get in the ring fast enough because then or if they make it in the ring, they don't run to make the save. They just they either stand there or they just walk to you. That's the kind of things that need to be revamped on and keep improving on. Because I'm sure, and this is 100% proof, there's 2 examples here. If they have blue stamina and have any like good stamina left, they'll run and make that save. But if they have purple stamina, it's like they're trying to be resourceful. Why? There's no need for all that. I shouldn't have to time. I shouldn't have to time myself to have a match stay on if the AI doesn't want to keep it going. You know what I mean? Other things like I had a Hell in a Cell match the other day. Anyone that's seen my previous stream, it was Fuji Thunder Fire and Johnny Shaiko. I legit, every time I smashed Johnny Shaiko's face into the cage to break it open, he would just, he would be perfectly fine about it. I could do it again and again and again and again, and he'd be perfectly fine about it. But the second I turned the options on to turn the control scheme back on, so I could see everything on the HUD, all of a sudden he'd be stunned. I turn it off, he instantly comes from unstunned. There's little things like that that make no sense to me, and it's like, those are the things that need to be fixed. You can complain all you want to 2K, but they only listen so much. You know what I mean? You have to be one of the bigger WB YouTubers to even get listened to. It sucks, and I work my ass off to give you guys the best wrestling possible, and it's hard to do that this year with 2K17. I know I went on a long time talking about this, but you guys have seen what I went through. You guys who've ever watched my stream have seen what I went through, the struggles that I went through, and I'm sure you went through some struggles are even worse than my own, right? We've all went through this as a whole. We love wrestling, but it's hard to love these games every year when they just get a little, not necessarily worse, but they don't fix the problems. They don't fix the major problems. They rather fix the small things that make the game fun, like removing Luke Gallows' face paint and taking things like that out, but not fixing the actual problems like a Hell in a Cell match or missing entrances still from day one and still having glitching issues that need to be, fixed. Glitching issues that everyone's having problems with, not just a few people, that everyone's having problems with. You can't fix everyone's PS4 issues. Obviously, a PS4 and Xbox is gonna have its hiccups. It's just a computer. Everyone's computes a little differently. Maybe someone computes a little faster than the other ones. Someone doesn't have enough space to keep this thing up. All those things. There's so many problems that are on the other side of the spectrum too, with Sony and Xbox building cheap pieces of crap hardware. But then 2K and Ukes and whoever works on all those things, they have problems on their side as well. And when problems come together, it doesn't really make a solution, now does it? So, with that being said and done, guys, that's just me saying what I have to my piece. I can go on, I can elaborate more if you guys want to hear more from me. But you play these games and you put $60 in. I put $100 in this year for this game. To get the statue, to get all the little special cards, to get all the cool stuff, the little signed autograph, all that stuff, the Nakamura fucking autograph and all that stuff like that. The nice little box that's all packed up nicely and everything. And then you get the game and you're like, day one, oh, this is cool. Day two, what the hell happened? Like, truly, out of all the years of me playing wrestling games, this year I wasn't even eager when I first put the game in, the disc in. I got the game a few days late, so I was kind of like waiting, hoping to get this, stuff. And even then, I wasn't even eager to play the game that much. And I had Nakamura when I got him day one, all that stuff. Nia Jackson, Apollo Crews, all that stuff. I wasn't even eager to play the game that much. And that's saying something from a guy who plays this stuff elaborately. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to leave wrestling because wrestling is my shit. It doesn't matter if it's WWE, fucking Ring of Honor, TNA, PWG, anything like that. Female wrestling in Japan, Japanese wrestling as a whole, New Japan, all that stuff. I would hate to leave that because I really have nothing else left besides wrestling. Wrestling's kind of kept me alive in my last 15 years of me living. I love wrestling. That's my shit. I'll say it again. I love wrestling. That's my shit. I will say it one more time. I love wrestling. That's my shit. But when it comes down to it, me recording wrestling games is becoming more and more stressful, as much as I hate to admit it. So if anyone's listened this far, thank you for hearing me out. What I have to say about this game this year, out of all the years that they've had, I feel like this one's been a struggle because it has so much potential in it and still plays well. I can still put on a one-on-one match and have great matches, but there's still times where it does have its hiccups, and those hiccups are really affecting my thoughts of buying the next game on time. Anyways, as always, guys, comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Until then, peace out and good shit.